We have many women Buddhas also. In my group, there were at least 2 resident nuns who have reached Buddhahood. They passed away already. And we have their photographs in our New Land ashram, so some people can have that, can see it, to remind themselves that women can also become Buddha if you have the right method of practicing spiritually. Because if you don't have a right method spiritually, then it's like the Chinese Zen master say, you cannot polish a brick to make it into a mirror. And he said that to the group of monks, male beings, male humans, not women. Yes. At that time and nowadays, even to be a nun, a real nun, is also difficult. Not to talk about reaching Buddhahood if you don't have a real method. Also, you have to have the agreement from your families, your husband, even your sons. Yeah. You see, so being a woman in this world is not all advantageous. In some of the smaller societies or tribals, or small indigenous societies, we do have a matriarchal system with woman as the chief of the house or the chief of many things in the society. And nowadays, a woman can have many high positions, luckily, even president, prime minister, yes, minister of many departments, foreign minister, interior minister, etc., or CEO of a big company, of famous artists, famous scientists, famous doctors, famous many things, many kinds. Thank God that we, as humans, evolved, and our societies also evolved and recognized women as very, very respectable beings on the planet. Well, thank God for that. And now I come back to assure you that woman can become Buddha. I told you that I have been Kuan Bodhisattva as a female quite many times. And in Buddhism, like Bada, the wife of Mahakashyapa, she also became an arhat. And Daiteji Buddha is also a female. They're still in Amitabha Buddha's land. They just retain the female kind of an essence, but they don't have to be a female or a male. They can be anything they want to. They are Buddhas. And many of the females nowadays, they became masters, gurus also. The Hakin mother, the Hakin saints in India, many of them, yes. And Paramahansa Yogananda had even visited a saint, an ordinary woman, like all of the women, but she's a saint, Her name is Teresa Newman. Every Friday she bled from the wounds of the hands and the feet, like Lord Jesus. She relived the scene of Lord Jesus when he was, harassed, killed, or nailed on the cross. Poor Lord Jesus. Whenever I think of that, my heart just feels so much pain. Oh God, and so many masters have been also tortured like that and worse. Oh, let's not talk about that. So even being a Buddha, already Sakyamuni Buddha also faced assassination attempts quite a few times. And one time he even cut his toe from the boulder because of Devadatta. His cousin even, and a monk. Devadatta was a monk, and he even enforced stricter rules for monks more than the Buddha. Like Sakyamuni Buddha allowed his monks to drink juice in the afternoon. Normally they ate only at lunchtime. But afterward, the Buddha allowed his monks to drink juice also in the afternoon, if there was juice available. And he also allowed his monks to eat at any time when the monks were on the road, because they don't know when they will have the meal again. It's not like they're in a settled area and then they go out on time, eat on time, and come back on time. So Buddha was very liberal. The reason they ate only one time was because they could not go on begging the whole day. But it doesn't mean that if you eat one time a day, then you become Buddha. It's not like that. It's not like that. So this is also one of the wrong concepts. So if some people see a monk is a little bit fat and round and well-fed, and they think this monk is not practicing, well, it's not like that. And if a monk who eats only once a day looks like a skeleton, then he must be very holy. It's not like that. It's not like that. Of course, if you don't become too greedy with food and all that, then it's very good to have some discipline. But it's not because of that you become Buddha. No, no. You remember in Buddhism, one time, and still now, they make the statue of Maitreya Buddha very fat, with a big stomach, yes, and a big bag next to him. In the bag is full of maybe some children's toys and some goodies to give away to the children, I guess. But he's Maitreya Buddha reincarnated, and he knows that people do not believe that he's the Maitreya Buddha, so he never told until when he was ascending to Nirvana. Before that, he wrote a poem telling people, really, I am Maitreya Buddha. To tell the world's people that you are Buddha or you are Christ is as if you are inviting trouble or the cross. All the lives of the masters are made up of hardship, suffering, and sometimes losing their life as well. The Buddhas can be men or women, it depends. If the Buddha came from a higher level, they can sometimes change themselves into man or woman, it depends, just like Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. Even the Buddha said that she can manifest into a female form or male form or different kinds of titles or positions to help the world.
The Buddha said to Bodhisattva Aksayamati, O son of a virtuous family, if there is any land where sentient beings are to be saved by the form of a Buddha, Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of a Buddha. To those who are to be saved by the form of a householder, he teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of a householder. To those who are to be saved by the form of a state official, he teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of a state official. To those who are to be saved by the form of a Brahmin, he teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of a Brahmin. To those who are to be saved by the form of a monk, nun, layman, or laywoman, he teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of a monk, nun, layman, or laywoman. To those who are to be saved by the form of a wife, of either a wealthy man, a householder, a state official, or a Brahmin, he teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of such a wife. To those who are to be saved by the form of a boy or a girl, he teaches the Dhamma by changing himself into the form of a boy or a girl. Excerpts from the Lotus Sutra, Chapter 25.
And to have even one meal a day doesn't mean that you become a Buddha because of that. If it's like that, then many hungry people would have become even higher than Buddha, no? You must be pure, sincere in the heart. And if you are a Buddha already since thousands, billions, trillions, or countless eons of time, then sometimes you can manifest yourself as a lady or as a gentleman, as a monk or as a nun, or as just a normal person or a businessman, businesswoman, and many other positions. So it doesn't matter if you're a woman, you still can be a Buddha. I assure you that, because quite a few of my so-called disciples, God disciples in my group, have become Buddhas. Some are still alive. The people who are alive, I do not want to mention because they might be ruined by other people who come around and, blow up their ego and make them fall. It's easy. It's easy in this world to fall. Even remember the story of the monk Quenching. He came directly from Amitabha Buddha's land for 600 lifetimes before his last reincarnation on the planet. He still made many mistakes. He could see it after he came back from the Amitabha Buddha's land. He told people about his mistakes, his wrongdoings, all these lifetimes of the 600 lifetimes that he had sojourned on this planet as a human, and the last time he was a monk. It's so easy to fall because nobody around you to tell you what's right, what's wrong, because the whole society, according to Taoism, is a big dying tube. So everybody jumps into the dying tube. Like if our world is a dying tube, then we'll be also die similar colors. It's very difficult for you growing up as a kid and then as a teenager, adolescent, and then becoming a man and older man. We so easily make mistakes, commit, wrongs all the time. Only the lucky one, maybe from young age already encounters a good master teaching him to be good and watching over him and telling him, continuing to remind him to be good, or her also. Then that person probably could stay steady and stable in this society, in this world, to continue to stay good and do good, and then spiritually practice until they reach Buddhahood.